Rewinding the tape about 20 or so years ago, I was considered by many to be Las Vegas's number one best, most popular, however way you want to say it, acting instructor. My classes were often so large I had to split them up into two classes. Now, during this time, things were going along fairly well, and I got to a point where I went to this one particular class I was teaching. I went to them and said, "Hey, you want to do an advanced class?" And they all were very enthusiastic and said, "Sure, yeah, let's do it." So as I was making plans to put on this advanced class and arranging for a location and so forth, I found out behind my back that two of the students got this crazy, wild scheme that, "Hey, let's teach our own class. We don't have to pay the teacher money. Let's all get together and teach our own class." So these two guys, they called up all the students and told them about their idea. And of course, they were all on board because it was free. And their plan was to get together and teach themselves, buy some books, some acting books, and teach themselves. Now, when I heard about this, I was obviously hurt, but I couldn't help laughing like I go, "Oh my God, this is a disaster just waiting to happen." And sure enough, they got together and it just turned into a big beer and pizza party and lasted about 2 weeks, and that was it. But they really shot themselves in the foot. Unbeknownst to them, I was in contact with an LA filmmaker, or actually he contacted me when he heard about my reputation in Vegas, and he was making a documentary on aspiring actors. And he said to me, "Oh, hey, how about if I come up to Vegas and can I film maybe one or two of your classes?" And I said, "Absolutely, sure. No problem." I thought it'd be a great opportunity for for my students to take this opportunity wherever it may lead, or at least be in this documentary. And I thought it'd be a great thing for everybody, including myself. Well, that never happened because these students were too busy teaching themselves. But hey, I guess all wasn't lost to them. They did get together for 2 weeks and drink beer and eat pizza. Now, fast forward about 15 years after that, I'm teaching another class in Vegas, and this time it was composed of not just actors, but performing artists, like singers and dancers and magicians and comedians and so forth. And everything's running along smoothly. Classes are going well, and I'm doing, once again, I'm doing shows in a very beautiful little private theater. And once again, history repeats itself, I guess. Primarily one of my students, a amateur magician, he decides, "Oh, I can do this better than a teacher. I can put on my own class and do my own show." So he got a female partner in crime, so to speak, and they went to students that had already committed to my class and gave them a cheaper deal. And so they all got together and when I called them up and said, "Hey, we're ready to do the next class," they said, "Oh, but we're going to teach our own class. We're going to do our own show." And I thought, "Oh, here we go again. Here's another just accident waiting to happen." And sure enough, they all got together and did their own class and their own show without the benefit of a teacher or an instructor or a leader who knew what the hell they were doing. Neither one of these people, especially the magician, didn't know jack shit about teaching a class, especially a performing arts class. So it lasted, they did one class and one show, and that was it. Now, once again, history repeats itself again. Unbeknownst to them, because I wanted it to be a big surprise, I was sending video clips away to, online, to certain Hollywood VIPs, and I had an idea about taking my show to the next level that these students were a part of. And four Hollywood people expressed interest, and two of them really expressed interest, and they contacted me back And well, I'll hone it down to one, because there was one that really a Hollywood. Well, if I mentioned their name, you would probably know and you'd be impressed, but I'm not going to do that. But this one particular Hollywood VIP contacted me back and said, I really like what you're doing. I think we can maybe change some things around a little bit and make this very packageable to shop around Hollywood and LA. And I was really excited. And I thought, wow, what a great opportunity this would be for the students. So unbeknownst to them, I was sending video clips online to them, to these Hollywood people, and this one Hollywood VIP actually wanted to come up to Vegas and said, maybe I can see some of these people in person, because what he actually did was send me online a list of some of the people he had seen in previous video clips I'd sent him. And I will say the names on this list at the end of this little audio thing here. But that never happened, because these students wanted to teach themselves and do their own show. Well, so once again, they shot themselves in the foot and created their own bad luck. Because who would have known if this Hollywood VIP, he could have looked at all these tapes, all these performers he wanted to take a second look at. He could have changed some people's lives. He could have changed my life. And he certainly could have maybe changed some of their lives. Who knows? You don't know what would have happened. Now, when all that just went south, and I said, fuck this shit, I don't want to be involved with these students, these people, this theater. I don't want to be involved with this amateur, unprofessional behavior anymore. So I started doing a lot of my own thing. I created a lot of short film scripts, music video scripts, web series scripts, so forth and so forth. I'm very, very good at writing and very, very good at directing and bringing what I need to bring out of actors. But I'm not very good behind the camera. That has never been my area of expertise. So I've always depended on other people to do that. So I posted on social media, especially Facebook, hey, looking for a camera person and a place to shoot. I do not have the money to pay anybody right now, but let's talk about a partnership. I need your help. Let's talk about a partnership, and we will share in whatever may become. If you have the time and interested, I made it very clear about a partnership. What did I get back from Facebook people and actors and people that had cameras and locations? Oh, you fucking scumbag, you cheap motherfucker, you're just looking for free work. We're not bringing our camera equipment out to you because you're just looking for freebies. And I thought, are you fucking crazy? Are you people fucking crazy? Read the goddamn fucking post, and you will see I'm offering a partnership. If you're not interested, fine. Okay, no problem. But they just wanted to blast me about I'm looking for freebies. And I couldn't help but think, now I'm not a religious person, but I couldn't help but think about a quote that Mother Teresa once said. She once said, I can do some things, a lot of things that you can't do. And you can do a lot of things that I can't do. We put our talents together and we can create magic or create wonderful things. That has happened many times in the entertainment business, where two people, they forget about the money for a moment, they put their talents together, or maybe more than two people put their talents together, and they make something wonderful happen. That's what I was offering, and that's what I was very clear about. But the Las Vegas people got on there and just blasted me. So I said, okay, fuck that shit. So I had a couple students at the time that I really recognized their comedy skills and assets. And whenever I have a strong feeling about actors or performers, I have never, ever, ever, ever been wrong. So I thought I could take these two actors and begin to form something like a Saturday Night Live kind of acting troupe doing my comedy, original comedy. And I thought that these two actors would be a great foundation to start. Now, just like the other projects that I had done previously, I had some rather important people that liked my concept with these two actors and what I was planning to use as a foundation and what I was planning to create. They were quite interested in it. But just like the other instances that I've already mentioned, I had this one female actress who was part of the two I mentioned. She just became batshit crazy. She sabotaged everything and treated me very unfairly and did things to me that I did not deserve. And she just sabotaged the whole thing. As I look back on all these experiences I've just talked about, it's with a lot of sadness and disappointment and hurt. I gave my heart, my soul, my time, my energy, my passion, my compassion, my patience to all my students and the performers in my classes and shows. Any one of my students, if they're honest, will tell you I was totally dedicated to their betterment as a performer, helping them in whatever way I could to further their career. And even if they weren't interested in an acting or performing arts career, to at least give them the benefit of or let them have an experience that maybe they'll remember for the rest of their lives. So I look back on it and just wonder what would have been if it wasn't for a few people's greed and selfishness and immaturity and unprofessionalism and amateurism and thinking that they could do it better than somebody that's had years more experience than they have. It's just a shame that all these projects and the possible opportunities that would have maybe gone along with them, that they just never got a chance to see the light of day. Just a big damn shame. Here is the list of people that the agent wanted to see more of, or more clips of, and which would have been in my next show had it continued at the Cube Theater. The list includes Ryan Ahern, Loli Ahern, Carlos Ave Maria, Danielle Ford, Vincent Zaldivar, and Anthony Rocchio in the Cocaine Chicken scene. Corinne Thomas as the nun, Magali Pope, Fulvia Sanchez, Demetrio Frostro, and I'm going to throw in a name that all these other people don't know. A student from my past, long time ago, Jill Shuda. She was arguably the most talented comedic actress I've ever had in class over many, 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 many years. And I was just curious what they would think, LA would think about her. So I threw in a clip of something she did in class many years ago, and I won't say much to my surprise, they included, even though Jill is no longer a student, she made other choices in life, things that worked out for her, I guess, better. But not to my surprise at all, the agent responded and said, wow, yeah, she'd like to see her too, even though that's not possible anymore. Now, there are a couple of names on this. I'm doing this list off the top of my head here, so there's a couple more names on the list I can't think of right now, but anyway, that's the list as far as I can think of off the top of my head.